And welcome back to the Evergreen Sports Complex. We're here to kick off the this is the third match of the day between the Capital Developmental side and the Allegheny Selects. I'm Bree Kim, and I'm accompanied by Min Se Che. Min, how you doing today?
I'm great, Bree.
All right, so the kickoff just started. Looks like Allegheny's got this ball here, but Capitals are pushing for some contests, sorry. It's a nice strong run by Allegheny here.
Tackle!
And the
White
penalty
11,
called
roll.
for
White
not rolling
11.
away. So we'll see what Allegheny elects to do here. So Allegheny is, I think, a newer select side. Oh, and that ball goes for touch, not too far from where the penalty was. But Allegheny is a newer select side. I think they're head coached by Rebecca Trapp of Youngstown and Olivia Lindsay and Kiyomi Knox. Min, can you tell me a little, did you get a chance to see their practice yesterday?
Yeah, I trained a little bit last night, and I watched them train today. Speaking with Rebecca, most of their players are playing in college currently, so we got a young team, very athletic, and we'll see how their pattern looks and their structure.
Yeah, great opportunity for these ladies to keep getting better. So ball gets spun out. Let's see if they can get it outside here. Ball goes to deck. We've got the wing out here, the number 14 on the loose.
Hannah Hall.
Tackle!
So the Allegheny Selects have an advantage here.
Advantage.
Looking for number 2 here, who spins it out to their fly half, and we're going to go ahead and crash back in with their number 1. They're getting, let's see, Capital trying to contest here, but they're getting good support, Allegheny, and they're coming streaming off to the outside. Let's see if they can exploit this on the wing here. You got a nice little injection of speed and fire right there. Good continuity by Allegheny.
Yeah, nice job of getting the 15-meter channel and doing some damage right there. Capital to slow the ball down a little bit. Looks like they're reloading. Allegheny is.
Looks like Kay of the Capital Developmental was able to win that ball, but Allegheny really providing some contact here. So now we're in our deep 22. I'm not sure. I think that's the wing that's getting tackled there. Let's see if Capital can do anything with that. That's Sammy Bottorff of Severn at 9.
Good strong carry. Maybe a little bit lower in body height. And turnover ball.
There we go, and number 14 again, Hannah Hall trying to go one-on-one, beating several defenders and going right in for the try zone. You could tell right away that she's going to be a lethal weapon for them, men.
Yeah, great footwork. She did a great job of straightening her line. Nice little left foot step there, and ran at pace. Good stuff.
Yeah, impressed by this Allegheny side, which, like you said, men, their college select side, I think from the Northeast, Pennsylvania, maybe Ohio area. Looks like they've been working together pretty well, and the Trapp and her staff are getting them to gel pretty well. You saw really good continuity right from the get-go. Looks like they're really securing the ruck so they can get nice clean ball out, and they're using their forwards very effectively. Really challenging the Capital developmentals to really make a tackle. But I think they missed the kick there, so they're going to go ahead and get ready for the next kickoff. But what do you think, Min, the Capital developmentals need to do right now to make sure that they don't let this momentum slide out of their hands?
We saw the Allegheny team playing quick ball. The ball's coming out in under 3 seconds, and no matter what level you play, it's going to be tough in defense. So maybe contesting the breakdowns a little bit or rebuilding the defensive line a little faster from the inside out. But it's tough. Like you said, Allegheny's doing a great job of spinning the ball quickly, so they're going to have to slow that ball down, the breakdowns.
Looks like there's an injury on the field here, so it looks like we're going to go ahead and wait before we take this kickoff. Oh, I think we're going to go ahead and take it.
All right.
Okay. So Lacey Ames, number 8 on the jersey. She's representing Frederick for Capital Rugby Union. She's going to go ahead and take this kickoff as soon as Marlena, the center ref, is ready.
You're good.
Looks like an Allegheny player is down.
It's on you, White. Let's play.
I think Marlena's going to go ahead and let this play since it's deep on the other side of the field. So Lacey taking the kickoff. fielded cleanly by Allegheny.
It's nice to see a hooker taking kicks.
Yes, indeed. So let's see, that's number 4 there. Sarah Merritt taking that ball in and has offloaded it.
Oh, nice offload.
Doing a good job of keeping that ball alive. And again,
Nice
and
footwork.
hopefully they don't hit this injury.
Oh, nice footwork. Is that number?
I think that's number 11.
Number 11.
Jessie Brewer.
The Pittsburgh Forge.
Very nice there. And what I really liked about that sequence of play is that Allegheny was able to keep the ball alive, as you'll see here in this replay. You know, starts out, you know, in number 1's hands, and then, or actually, I think it even started before that. We were commenting earlier on that, but the ball got to the prop, and then she was able to offload it to Jessie Brewer, who just takes it home.
Yeah, Loosehead Withers did a great job of finding a small gap, running hard, keeping her hands free, got her shoulders through, and she was able to offload to someone at pace. Good stuff.
Again, I mean, they were able to get away with offload after offload and, you know, not have to go down and reset. So I think, you know, if you're on the Capitals right now, you've got to make sure that you're actually bringing them to ground. And if you're not able to bring them to ground, then the people that are right next to the tacklers need to flood the channels right on the outside to make sure that they are preventing that ball from, you know, going live further out. So it looks like the score now is 10-0. That kick was also missed. And again, Lacey's going to take the kick. See, she'll probably go on the left side again. We'll see if it gets fielded cleanly here. Takes a nice little bounce. She's coming up hard, looking for her support.
The ball was fielded by Clancy Jacania from Youngstown State.
Looks like Capital's able to clean up that ball. Marlena's going to go ahead and call it. Offside penalty on Allegheny. Nice job for Capital Developmental to be able to win that ball back. So it looks like they're going to kick for touch here. Nice kick. Now they're going to set up for a line out. Let's see what the Developmentals decide to do here. Maybe spin it up. We haven't really seen anything from the backs yet. It's been really largely an Allegheny possession. So we've got number 10, Shell Snyder of Nova at fly half. We'll see what she decides to do.
We got a 5-person lineout. Nice throw.
Ball comes out cleanly. Looks like a nice little front run here. Ball gets spun out to the wing here. See if they continue to go to the same side, and they do. Skokie with the dummy, taking that ball hard into contact. Good support there. Ball comes a little loose, but it's fielded nicely. Oh, just one too many passes here. Let's see if Allegheny punishes them for that. Little unlucky on the knock here.
So you see the difference between the two sides. You can tell Allegheny's trained together. They're playing a little faster, the breakdowns. The Capitals had 2 opportunities to get the ball out a little quicker. It's coming out in about 4 seconds. So that's the difference in the game right now.
Yeah, and you know, they were able to get the developmentals were able to get the ball out cleanly and get, you know, recycle after a couple phases. Unfortunately, that last pass just not a great decision, and so Allegheny is able to recover that. But we'll see. You know, that's showing a lot of promise for Capital. So let's see what they can do here. They had a nice little set piece or a set play off the scrum last time. Got them some meters. Let's see if Shell decides to do the same thing or pull another trick.
See if you go blind here.
Doesn't look like it here. They're going to go ahead and spin it out to the backs. So nice little give and go here, a little wrap around. Able to clean that up. Let's see if we can get that ball out. Yep, so we're going to try and stretch it here, but Allegheny does a good job of stopping the play right there. Sammy spins the ball out to Gina Reistrup of Nova. She gets taken down probably a meter behind gain line, but we're able to make that up with the next crash here.
Even now, Green!
Nice carry by Mikey Williams. Severn.
Green, no hands!
Slow ball once again.
Slow ball, which is good for Allegheny, but the Capital is still able to get that ball out. Fielded cleanly off the ground there by number 17, Toria Davis.
Good flat take. It's a little quicker.
So you can see Capital's really wanting to use their forwards and really break down that inside defense before they go out wide. Let's see if they can use that now. Shell's getting the ball out here. Let's see if they go a little bit wider. Good quick support there.
Good heads-up play.
Yeah, Nina's taking that in very quickly. Let's get that flooding support in.
Good leg throw. Ball's got to come out there.
Good hard run by Kay of Nova.
Very nice footwork.
She's going to be a lethal weapon all day if they can utilize her.
I'd like to see some more shape out of the Capital selects. Seems like they're kind of standing around without much structure. Kind of spread it out a little bit.
Yeah, it looks like Allegheny has turned that ball over here.
Knock on there in the ruck.
Unlucky knock. You know, it looks like the Capital selects are getting numbers to the breakdown. I don't think they're lacking support, but it doesn't look like they're actually clearing out of the rucks. And so Sammy's having a really hard time trying to get any sort of clean, quick ball. What do you think, men?
Yeah, the ball's definitely come out slower. Like to see the work rate, maybe like so the structure. Just just have some more width, make the defenders defend the whole width of the field instead of just the narrow channels. Try to get in that 15-meter channel, some simple hands, and just play fast.
Set.
All right, so we have Capital put in here. Allegheny giving a good contest. Ball gets spun out to Shell. Nice little dummy here. Let's see if we can stretch it.
Nice strong run.
And that's Katie City with a nice run to the side. Unfortunately,
offside.
There we go. Offside's called on Allegheny. Marlena's calling time off. I think she wants to have a quick word with the captain.
Time. Someone's come from an offside position to get the ball. Okay. With the ruckus form, we have offsides. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
All right, so you heard there, just making sure that they understand that they have repeated infringements there. Let's see if Capital can capitalize here. Looks like they're going for the quick tap.
Goes Mikey Williams. Oh, she's going to keep it in bounds. Good job. Oh, that's touch. But flag's not up,
I guess, yep. Play on, says the ref, and now ball is out.
Oh, no dispute about that one.
No quick now, no quick.
Referee calls no quick.
Hey, the mark's here. White step. 5 is here. Up, 1 more.
Looks like we have a 5-man line out. Let's see what Allegheny decides to do with their forwards that are hanging out with their backs here. Ball is up. No jumper. Seeing the timing was a little bit off for them.
Yeah, nice job by the Capital Selects. Just unlucky with the knock on.
Yeah, oh, good hands there. Able to clean it up regardless of no jumper at the line out.
Good line by 12. Jesse Brewer, good line.
Quick ball.
Out of there, White. Out of there.
Another good line.
Coming through, that's Mikey Williams, or I'm sorry, not
Sarah
Mike
Merritt.
Yep, Sarah Merritt of IUP.
Referee Marlena is doing a great job of talking to the players of the breakdowns. She's letting the game flow. It's nice to see. Oh, some numbers. Oh, simple hands.
You saw the idea there. I think that was number 10, Pebbles DeSanto of Kent State. I think she saw space behind and wanted to go ahead and take advantage of that, especially because they haven't tested that yet this game. Unfortunately, just not well executed, so be a Capital line out.
Listen, I'm sorry about that. You guys had set numbers, so I'm fine for you walking like that. That was my bad. Sorry.
Looks like we had a 5-on-3 there. Simple hands, maybe just fixing the defender in that channel would have been nice.
Yeah, nice idea, but maybe could have been an easier decision there. So ball gets spun out here
nice
to
pass by Sammy.
Capital. Let's see, that's number 17. Tori Davis, nice with a nice run to get some meters out. Let's see if they can go ahead and get it out wide.
Oh, let's get that ball out quickly.
Green 8, roll. You got to roll towards your team.
Seems like Allegheny is a little bit more aggressive with the breakdowns, a little bit more intent. The Capital Select seem to be kind of going into the breakdowns a little slower, not quite as much aggressiveness, which is making it hard work for Sammy, the scrum half, to get the ball out quickly.
Yeah, I would agree. Not a lot of spark in going into each ruck. Let's see if they can change that. But
exactly.
A little bit of a dribbling kick there towards touch, but finds its way out. So we'll have a Capital line out.
We're almost at the 15-minute mark as well.
You're killing their ball. Thank
So nice take by the jumper Skokie, and we've got a maul here. Looks like Allegheny's not giving. Oh, and they come out on the other side. Nice defense by Allegheny there, you know, almost home free. But looks like Kay is cleaning up that ball.
Ooh, nice defense.
If we can get some support here, there we go.
Drive.
Yeah, if the ref calls tackle, needs to get that ball out now.
Backwards.
Yeah, Kay Okwikwe from Penn State playing for Nova. It's a couple nice carries so far with leg drive.
Yeah, unfortunately, that ball that Sammy was trying to dig out from the ruck initially first just went straight down, as Marlena called it, but then went a little bit forward. But again, like you were saying, man, you know, Kay's had a lot of nice carries so far. You know, I think they could really exploit her by, you know, feeding that ball to her early and often. But again, I think the problems are really stemming from the breakdown and not being able to get clean ball.
Yeah, early on it seems like the Capitals might have the size advantage with the forwards, but the Allegheny's got some advantage out wide with their outside backs and their centers. So it'd be a classic forwards versus backs battle.
So we'll see what Pebbles decides to do here. I mean, there's a little bit of a weak side that they could exploit, but I would expect that ball to come out. Looks like the Allegheny backs have something set up. And Capital giving them a tough fight and ending up turning over that ball. Looks like Skokie that came away with it, plays for Nova. This is her first year coming from University of Notre Dame, and just short with the reach here, but not for loss as they come away with the try here.
Great carry again by Mikey Williams of Severn River. It's like her second or third strong carry as well. There's
so
Mikey
ball
right
gets spun up to Mikey, who has a really nice carry, you know, just short right there. But I think, you know, that all came from, let's see, that was scored by
Nina Tran?
That's Nina Tran, yep, of the DC Furies.
Great heads-up play.
Reaping those benefits. But I think, you know, that came from that scrum. You know, it's clear now that Capital's really got the size and the strength in the scrum. If they can utilize that, you know, even if the ball is going over to the Allegheny side, then they're going to be able to fight for that ball and turn that ball over. So I think, again, like you were saying earlier, man, on the forward side, got a lot of size and maybe a little bit of a mismatch there. So if they can keep utilizing that, and then, you know, maybe get that to translate to getting the ball out to the backs wide after a few phases. That's what the selects were doing a good job of in the previous game. So maybe the developmentals can take advantage of that and execute the same strategy.
Spot on. And if I was Capitals, I would just keep the forwards, just grind it out. And if I was Allegheny, I'd just spin it wide. And it's just a matter of can they get enough possession.
So it looks like the score here now is 5-10 to Allegheny. They're going to go ahead and take this kickoff. Kick taken by number 5. That's Jamie Philippek of Pitts Forge.
A couple of type 5 players taking drop kicks.
Yeah. So good take here by Skokie, being strong in contact and quick support there. Again, using Kay and the strong forwards here.
Look at that carry.
Still on her feet. There you go.
See, I'm just keeping the forwards.
Well, you know, I think they were doing exactly what we just touched on before, right? They were able to use the forwards for a couple of phases and then get the ball out to Shell. And unfortunately, you know, we saw the dummy runner coming in, and looks like Shell was trying to execute either a skip pass or just a pass out wide to the wing. But looks like we need to have another connection in the middle because that's, you know, it's not really being effective for them.
I think one of the curses of U.S. rugby is players tend to fall in love with the skip pass, and it's the pass that's easiest to defend.
Crouch.
And players tend to do too much by making a skip pass when there's no need for it. And that was an example right there where simple hands would have been more effective and a lot easier to execute.
Yeah, so Grim with the put in here, but again,
Another
Capital
steal.
showing their dominance, and that's, let's see, number 3. Oh, I think that was Emma Nelson that came away with it.
She's wearing 3, but she's playing 8.
Backwards.
Emma Nelson from Catholic University.
So a little bit of messy ball there, turns it over to Allegheny.
There's Pebbles.
Leave it.
Again, Capital giving them a contest, really messy at that breakdown right there.
Great job. Ooh, counter ruck is good. Ball's out, two passes. Knock on the Capitals. Once again, Marlena, the referee, is doing a great job of talking to the players, especially in the breakdowns. So we got some good free-flowing rugby. This is what we all like to see. Good communication.
Yeah, so we just saw a series of phases of really, really strong physicality from both sides. We just had a really strong, I'm not sure what the number was from Allegheny, but she just had a nice, really strong carry, and Kay on Capital had a really nice, solid defense against her. So, you know, I think that's what this game is going to turn more into. Again, the breakdowns are getting a little bit messier here, so you know I think it's really on on both nines to be able to get that cleaned up and make sure that the forwards are really cleaning it up and producing that ball that they need to get out to the backs.
Yeah, the loose head number one, Withers from Allegheny, both had some carries, and like you said, her and Kay have had some good matchups head to head, and it'll come down to fitness. And
Yep. So a quick tap here from Sammy. After Capital reaped the benefits on that scrum, and now we're going ahead and playing more forward ball here. Oh, Skokie lost it forward, but Marlena's going to go ahead and play the advantage here and play the penalty.
Playing the ball on the ground.
Green 6.
Looks like Shell is going to kick for touch here. Or, no, she's...
Comes Mikey Williams again. Another strong carry. Good leg drive. Ball's out relatively quickly. Here's Kay. Much better job defending her. Still going.
Tackle! Green 17 out! Green 17, get out! Out of there!
Slow ball once again. Good take.
Yeah, good timing on Gina and producing at least 5 meters of positive gain there. This is when we need that quick ball.
And Gina Reischip from Virginia Tech, also another woman.
You know, not a bad idea there. Well, Shell took the kick and you know, ultimately possession got turned over.
Wide advantage.
Looks like they have the advantage and they continue to play on, but Sammy's a little bit slow to get there.
Advantage over!
So Emma Nelson nice and strong in contact, gain the 10 meters there, and we're going to go ahead and keep playing. Again, another strong carry. If we can go ahead and get that ball out wide, there are numbers for Capital.
Got the blind side open. Now they got numbers on the left. See if the outside back can start communicating. Let's get that ball out. Simple hands.
Nice little bit of pace right there from number 17. It's Victoria Davis again. I think we could have gotten that ball spun out wide. Skokie had a great little look, you know, getting that ball to Victoria, and I think if we had spun it out wide, we would have been able to take advantage of it. But ball goes back in, and now we're going out wide again.
There we go.
Yep.
Oh.
Just unlucky there. Skokie again seeing the mismatch there and trying to pin that last defender.
A knock on here from Emily Ryan Allegheny. Nice tackle by Skokie.
Yeah, so we see here, since even though Capital lost that ball initially, good pressure coming up, you know, even from the outside, allowing that turnover. So that's what they got to keep doing too, right? Because I think the possession now has been pretty even between the two teams, but they've got to make sure that they keep applying that pressure, because otherwise they're never going to get that ball back. And that's something that we saw the Stars struggle with in the last game as well.
Looks like Marlena was about to blow the whistle for not straight in the throw-in, but she decided not to. Oh, nice front up tackle there by Shell.
Nice low tackle good carry by number 17. It looks like that's Renee Wittenberger, but that was a nice defense there, nice and low textbook tackle by Capital.
Emma Nelson from Catholic University again.
You know, Allegheny looks very organized. You see that nice little break here. Nice little chip kick. Let's see who wins this foot race. Looks like it's recovered by Allegheny here, and now we're getting organized. Capital still taking a while to get back. the ball is messy, but gets out to the outside. If they can just get one more out. Again, they're getting quick ball here, which is allowing them to take advantage of the Capital players that are still getting back. If they can keep spinning it out, they've got numbers on the outside here.
Oh,
Number
nice
one, Alina
carry.
Withers coming
again.
battering in for the try, and a well-deserved try by Allegheny. Really organized that play. I mean, it started back, on their own 22 here. They had their back set up, and they ran a nice little dummy run, which enabled that break here. You see the little run here, the little switch, and that's number 12. Let's see. Christine Biegert of Pittsford, she just comes streaming in. And then, credit to Allegheny, they really stayed organized throughout that whole break. The support came flying in. And then, after a few phases and really knocking down the already fragmented Capital defense, they were able to come in and take advantage of that and get the try.
Yeah, you see the difference between the two teams. Capital controlled the last 10 minutes of possession. They seem to be working a lot harder to gain 5 or 10 meters. And you see Allegheny is a lot more efficient and clinical. They get, one opportunity from midfield. They're playing in the 15-meter channels. The ball's coming out quickly, and they're doing some good damage. And that's just the difference in the game right now. They seem to be a little more efficient and not making as many mistakes.
So, what do you see here being the strengths of Allegheny versus the strengths of Capital, and how, if Capital, down by 2 tries, how do they come back and really try to minimize the advantage that Allegheny has over them to, get back into this game?
They just need to start possession. They need to hold onto the ball, grind out the phases, maybe frustrate Allegheny by keeping possession away. So when Allegheny gets the ball, they might get impatient and try to do too much. But as you saw, Capital has controlled the last 10, 15 minutes of the game, but they've only scored 5 points. And Allegheny just got 1 possession and they took it all the way. So it's going to be tough. They just got to use their forwards to their advantage and just grind it out.
Again, yeah, it's slow ball here, but good organized support here by Allegheny. Unfortunately, just lost a little bit forward in contact. A little bit unlucky for number 6. That's Clancy Jakenya again from
Youngstown State.
Yes, Youngstown State. So turnover here will be a Capital scrum. See what Sammy, the 9, decides to do here. The Capital backs haven't really stretched the field at all. And I think that's something different that, from the selects in the last game. They really stretched the field, just getting that quick ball out, even just quick through hands. Let's see if they're able to stretch it a little bit more, because they keep tending to crash back in, which I don't think is working well for them.
Yeah, I'd like to see him use the whole field, play in those 15-meter channels. We see Allegheny's playing wide. Let's see what we can do right here. Punch it up. That's good. Game line. Let's get that ball out quickly. Oh, nice poach by number 7.
Great recognition by Philippek to get that ball back.
Oh, but Capitals get the ball back somehow. Loose pass, though. On the back foot. See if they can reload here. Oh, another still nice poach by Biegert.
And getting messy in the breakdown here. We're seeing that ball carriers are now starting to lose a little bit of control. We've seen a couple of balls hit the deck and turn over as they're going into contact, something that needs to be changed here. Again, Kay coming in hard with good support here. They've got to drive over here. They've got to clear that route, because you can see that slow ball coming out. It could be faster if they just drive their feet through.
Yeah, good point there. We're close to the 30-minute mark, so we're also going to see some fitness issues here from both sides.
Well, it's been a really physical game too, right? So, they are just coming in hard, and I'm sure, with all the tackles that they've had to make, it, certainly challenges their fitness even more.
And classic battle of age versus youth. All these college players for Allegheny team. Let's see if they can last. Another nice tackle by Mikey Williams. Nice counter ruck, slow the ball down. Oh, a big collision there between Kay and 17.
Again, getting nice and organized, and now they're able to get that ball out wide. They've got numbers if they can either finish this break. Oh, unfortunately.
Nice tackle by Shell, forcing that knock on.
good defense by Shell there, just to keep playing that, giving the Allegheny attacker some extra space so that she could buy some time and ultimately turn that ball over. So we're going to go back to the original advantage that Marlena called, and we'll go ahead and do a scrum down to Capital. Again, playing to their strengths. So this ball hopefully should come out cleanly, so then the backs can execute another little nice play. It looked like last time they did a little 12 crash, but you see here again, just quick hands and that organization by Allegheny allows them to, break through, but unfortunately just not quite controlling it at the very end there.
Yeah, number 15, Emily Ryan, did a great job just running a straight line. She would have had one or two more steps. She might have been an offload to the right. They had that 3-on-2 there, but like I said, Shell from Capital made a nice tackle and forced a knock on.
Looks like we're about 30 minutes in here to the first half, so a little bit left to play in this half. And this time looks like they're going to do a 12-13 switch. Steiner keeps that ball, and we've got the support there. Didn't really make any break off of that initial scrum. They've got to be a little bit more convincing, because I think that was a little bit easy to read for Allegheny.
Great point. Yeah, I see a lot of lateral movement, and one of the first principles of rugby is go forward. So I'd like to see the Capitals maybe keep things simple, come at more pace, and just go through hands and go forward. A lot of
nice mismatch here.
Mikey Williams again. Ooh.
Oh, going. Finally taken down by Allegheny.
Great placement. That's diving over. Yep, Marlene got that. Diving over by Allegheny.
Action, off feet, green 10.
But the little things.
And the quick tap taken
here.
here.
That's going to be a try. Nice job.
Good recognition there by Sammy to just go ahead and take advantage of the disorganized defense. They had no idea it was coming. They were still trying to figure out what happened with that initial penalty. Unfortunately, it looks like we have a body down as a result of that. Hopefully that player's okay.
Yeah, classic halfback. Classic halfback.
Something I can definitely appreciate.
You probably would have done the same thing.
Mikey Williams, though, really starting that off with just a really strong run and beating several defenders, and then really easy for Sammy to just go ahead and take that home.
And for kids watching online, what Mikey did really well was when she got tackled, she reached back the extra 6 inches to place that ball, which enables quick ball, and it forced that player from diving over. So little details like that, just ball placement is huge in a game like this. Conversion is no good.
Kick is no good, so still a very tight match, 15-10 to Allegheny. It's been a pretty exciting match. At first we saw momentum go really very favorably towards Allegheny, and then, really switched, and now Capital is really providing a physical fight. So it's going to go down to the wire here, man.
Yeah, and like I said, Mikey Williams from Severn, she set up both tries with some strong carries. So some of the coaches for the Capital Selects, we got Nancy Fitz, Matt Estes has been helping out. He helped start the high school program West End in Springfield, Virginia. Went to nationals a few times. He's now coaching at George Mason. Done a great job there within a year of turning that program around. We got Terry Pleasure from St. Mary's, Maryland. Kristen Clardy from Washington Irish. And Stephen Davis with the Renegades is coaching as well.
And I think what's also really exciting about this Capital program is you're not only developing players, but you're also developing coaches, right? And Nancy Fitz is someone that you really want to learn from. Nancy Fitz is a legend. As a former U.S. Eagle, now retired. She captained the team during her tenure. She was captain both 7s and 15s. Played several World Cups, so it's great to see her giving back and really contributing, sharing her breadth of knowledge that she has, and bringing these up-and-coming Capital coaches up and really trying to share everything she can with them. And so it's nice because they're all, the staff is the same for both the select and developmental side. So, Nancy Fitz is actually a recent hire for the program, but it's great because going forward, they'll be able to really track the development of these players. Obviously these players on the developmental side are really trying to crack into the select team as well, and so really drives up the competition, which is great for the union.
Oh, Mikey Williams, another strong carry. No, great point. You're right. I mean, having these select sides is great, but having developmental sides is even better because it gives a competition at practice, which makes everyone play better. But then also it's a feeder program to the players who age out or have kids, or busy at work. They got to stop playing. So these development players can contribute, and it's great to have for a foundation.
Yeah. Good job by Capital. That ball all the way out from the sideline, able to produce, slow but get, clean ball out. Looks like still retaining possession here, but now we're in midfield. I'd like to see them really, attack these sides of the rucks as they've been doing, and then get it out wide. Looks like Shell is demanding that ball. Steiner taking that carry in.
I'd like to see the Capital Select's backs. They're so deep. They have to travel 25 meters to get to the gain line. I think you see them flatten up a little bit, and make it easier to get to that gain line. But they're working so hard. Nice carry by Tran, but they're just working so hard just to.
Yeah, and I think part of that is also some of the timing, right? I was at their practice last night. I think they're. Oh.
She's got advantage.
Yep. Going to go ahead and play that penalty. But yeah, going back to this back line, they're pretty inexperienced in terms of playing with each other. I was watching them last night. Caitlin Steiner actually is not an inside center by trade. She usually plays up in the forwards, typically at flank, but obviously is a utility. She's a utility player, right? She's shown the potential to prove herself at 12, and so I think a lot of this for the first half is really working out the kinks and feeling each other out, for the second half, and hopefully they can, iron out some of those kinks.
Great point. Hopefully at halftime the backs can make some adjustments, but like I said, the Capital Selects keeping the forwards, do some damage, let Mikey and Kay get those big runs, and then just go off of that.
Capital knocking at the door here. Looks like Kay comes over for the try, a well-deserved try, just coming in. They're using their physicality to their advantage, right?
And right on cue.
So what do you do as Allegheny to respond to that?
Well, great question. If I'm Allegheny, I'd commit more resources to the forwards. That's obviously the strength in the Capital.
All right, and we also have another commentator joining us, Matt Ravenette, the president of the Capital Union. So welcome, Matt, into this broadcast.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yep, loud and clear.
Thank you. It's good to be here. Super excited about the weekend. We had a level 200 coaching course yesterday, and had over 30 people attend that. And then we have 3 games of the Capital Selects today, and great announcing, great venue, great live stream from Next Level Rugby, all the referees. I think it's been a great celebration of rugby.
It's been a great weekend.
And it's all hats off to you, Matt, for making this happen. What do you see coming in the future, in the near future at least, for this program? Both on the playing side and both just growing rugby, from the referee coaching sides as well.
Well, the intention of this program, the Select Side programs, has always been to help our clubs get out of the first round of the playoffs, because we have a great competition locally here in the Mid-Atlantic, from basically Philadelphia down to Raleigh, and I don't know why we're not getting past the first round. So I thought if we bring one team, like an aspirational team there isn't like a women's professional team. There are men now, but when we started this, there wasn't. So it's kind of like an aspirational thing to get our best players to work together and play together, build those friendships, kind of like probably when you all first started, or certainly when I was playing. And then take that back to their clubs. And these players can now say, oh, the speed is this, or the experience was like this, and lift, hopefully, everybody's club.
Yeah, Matt, that's a great point. I think even players for the developmental side, especially players who don't exactly make their roster, they come into training, especially guys in the D3 and D4 clubs, D2 clubs, taking it back to their home clubs will make their teammates better, and it improves overall rugby in the whole region. So that's one of the benefits as well, too, for sure.
Yeah, and getting exposed to different coaches, different kind of game plans, philosophies. The more I think that we can expose ourselves, because let's face it, we're catching up to the rest of the world in rugby, so the more information that we can give our athletes, the better.
Yeah, and I think it's no coincidence, this program started back, I think, in late 2015, early 2016, and you've seen some enjoyed success by especially some of the women's teams. Raleigh has traveled to the national championship, I think, twice in the last couple of years, and have some enjoyed success by Nova as well. So again, this program is not only letting players develop, but also push each other to understand what else is out there. Oh, it looks like Mikey Williams goes in again for another try. Well-earned try by her.
You okay? Sorry about that. Sorry.
Yeah, we're really excited, and that's a great try. I've been rooting for our clubs all day today, and the Capital Selects and all their home clubs, and I just think it's so exciting to watch this. And hats off to Allegheny and the Stars for making the trip here. The Capital Selects have been road warriors for the most part, going to the South, going to play these MLR teams on the men's side. And I think it's starting to gain traction. And we sent our women to Texas to play a couple matches out there against a couple select sides. So it's pretty exciting.
Yep. So it looks like that takes us to halftime, a pretty tight match, but now Capital has taken the lead 20-15. Hopefully we'll have an interview down in a little bit, but I think going in, Capital has the momentum. So, if you are the staff for Allegheny, what are you telling your players at halftime to make sure they retake that?
Well, you guys stopped those two players, Mikey Williams and Kay Weekday from Nova. I mean, there's this two-person wrecking crew. Stop those two players. Like I said, add more resources to the forwards. The Capitals aren't doing much damage in the back line, and just take your chances with that. But the Capitals playing smart. Direct rugby, north-south. It's nothing fancy. They just said stop us, and if we're not doing it, so.
Yeah, and I think they're really, like you said, they're playing to their advantages. They're playing to their size and their strength, which is really allowing them to get good, go forward every single phase. But if I'm Allegheny, I want to really run them and see if we can continue to spread that ball out wide some more.
And it hurts to say this, but you being a scrum half, I was a back most of my career as well. Forwards are more important than backs. You've heard it here live, so It's true.
Right. So All right, and we are back on for the second half. Min and I are joined by our third commentator, Josiah, who you'll be hearing from this half. Excited to get some new insight, from the for this half. Looks like we're going to go ahead and start off with an Allegheny kickoff. We're interested to see what coaches have done and said to the players at halftime. We'll see how momentum changes or doesn't. So ball goes to ground here. Looks like it's collected.
Oh, Scrappy's first touch.
Collected by Scrappy, the fullback, who plays for Severn River. Again, giving that ball to the dangerous Mikey Williams. It's taking, 2-3 to get her down. So ball goes out to Shell. A little bit of a high ball, but still fielded cleanly. And
Right
now
to
we're
K.
going back to the other weapon, K.
Hello!
So again, really trying to create a lot of havoc for the Allegheny defense on the inside. See if we can finally exploit the outside and the numbers that we have.
Outside. Oh, pass that ball.
So ball does not go out wide. Instead, it gets taken in, and we see Sammy pass the ball off to, I can't tell who that is, but she gets tied up in contact.
My bad. It hit me.
And Marlena calls it. Unfortunately, the ball hit her instead of the Capital player, so we'll have a scrum down to Capital.
White scrum.
So, Josiah, you come from Lynchburg?
Yeah, I play with Blackwater Rugby Football Club out of Lynchburg. It's a D3 side.
Very nice.
So good to be with you guys today.
So what are you expecting to see in the second half from these teams?
I'm just looking to see, how the teams make adjustments. It was pretty close in the first half. Good competition, but we were talking during the break a little bit about how I saw, at least early in the first half, maybe some getting to the breakdown a little bit slow for the rucks and cleaning out those rucks on both sides, really. But I think especially early in the first half, that's where the Capital women were struggling a little bit. So they already started to make that adjustment, getting to that breakdown quicker. We're seeing it now. They're starting to clean out the rucks a little better.
Yeah,
I'd like to see some more of that. So we'll just see how it progresses and the adjustments that the players make with their on-field decisions.
Yeah, and I think you're already starting to see it here. There are a couple of rucks here that got good, clean ball, and we see Sandra Johnson of Nova making a nice break and carrying that ball cleanly into contact. Support is there. We'll see if Sammy can get that ball out quick to Skokie. Skokie being a real forward playmaker for Capital and letting that ball really do the continuity out wide here.
Yeah, you've mentioned Skokie's name a few times. Great work rate, especially for a prop.
Again, see that she's taking it in this time, but we have the support, and they're able to actually clear out, which was a problem that we were seeing in the first half. So it looks like they're starting to find solutions to that.
Yeah, that scrum down, we saw a big weak side play by 8-man Emma Nelson from Catholic. She's had a nice game as well today.
Nice little break there from Shell, and then was able to offload it to Steiner. A little bit of a slow ball. Would have liked to see it a little bit quicker on mishandling there by Gina Rice-Rupp. So now Allegheny takes over and see if we can take advantage of that turnover ball.
That number's wide. Capital is way too tight in defense.
So it looks like they're doing, they're executing their strategy where, they're trying to batter inside on the defense before they spin it out wide. They actually took it back to the other sideline there, which worked well for them. But you can see now they're using their forwards again, but really nice attacking pressure from Skokie to drive them back a couple meters.
They can spin it wide, spin it out right. They've got numbers.
And I think, Olivia Grimm just heard you there, men, getting that ball out wide, and now we're having a little bit of a break. Capital doing a nice job to clean it up, but quick recycle here by Allegheny.
You see Allegheny doing a good job of playing in those 15-meter channels, stretching out the defense.
White 17.
High tackle.
So we'll see Grimm take that quick tap here. We've got Fawn also, supporting and taking that ball in. Got kind of slung there, but no matter, still cleaned up by Danielle Thompson here.
Tackle.
Let's see if we get some structure here.
Interesting kick into the try zone. Should be a nice, easy
22.
touchdown.
22.
Not a fan of that, giving away possession. There really wasn't much on. I'd rather just kind of recycle, go into contact.
Yeah, I think Allegheny saw there was a lot of space out left, but unfortunately they didn't really have any numbers. They just had that one wing on the outside, and so I think the wing, I think that's number 14 there, Hannah Hall, wasn't sure exactly what to do with that, so chose to try and kick over. Maybe if there was a little bit more hang time on that, could have made something of it, but instead just kind of turning it over to Capital. So here's Shell with the 22 dropout. Oh, and gets blocked right in front, and now Allegheny has the ball.
Yeah, I'm the classic armchair quarterback, right? Just if it works, she's genius. If not, then, it wasn't a great decision.
Oh, and this number 1 here really coming home and trying to knock on the doors of this Capital defense. Unfortunately, errant hands there in the turnover.
Got player down.
Yeah, no, I've got it.
Here's a replay right here.
So again, that's number 1, Alina Withers from IUP. Clearly dangerous for them. Really has a lot of size and knows how to use it. If they can use her more, I think they can do the same thing that Capital is doing to them. Unfortunately, just unlucky there on the handling.
Yeah, in the first half she created a nice try. It was a big break, and she had a nice take up the middle. Oh, she actually scored the try when they went that 15-meter channel in the first half. So more touches for her, definitely a good idea. See player down.
So it looks like it's, well, actually, I think field possession is going to Capital here. Josiah, what do you think, if you were on Capital right now, what would you try and execute here to maybe, relieve the pressure that they've been sustaining deep in their 22?
Honestly, you're inside your 22. I'd be looking to clear this ball and just move the ball toward closer to the middle of the field and just keep playing the solid defense. You're playing with the lead. Not really a reason to take a lot of chances here. I would play some safe rugby and just clear this out of your 22.
Yeah, I agree. Looking for territory here. We haven't really seen any kicking here. So, we'll see if Shell decides to kick and kind of relieve that pressure. Looks like Kay went off with an injury. I'm not sure who subbed in for her, but we'll catch that in just a second. So put in here for Capital. Allegheny giving a little bit of push, but now we've got a weak side 8 pick. She's getting a lot of meters. That's one way to do it. And she's still going here. I'm not sure where the support is. There we go. We got 2 people in. Allegheny really contesting here. And then leaving it, listening to the referee here. So Capital still with the possession. Scrummy's in the ruck here. Shell spins it out. Oh, what a nice tackle by Withers. Good, really easy read for her there. But a good cleanup, that ball was out, and Capital, almost lost that ball. But now we've got some interesting kick here. I think she was trying to get it to her numbers on the other side, but not really a good choice there, and Allegheny's come away with the ball. If we can get organized, I think Capital's lacking that right now, so we need someone to step up.
Allegheny has massive numbers on the left.
Really good job there to try and contest and try and really, put some more pressure on, but Allegheny's still knocking on the door here, trying to make a break.
Communication from the outside backs. Oh, nice job by Shell.
Good poach by Shell there. Now we got to get that ball out quickly, but again, looks like she's got to dig a little bit. If I were a Capital forward, I would make sure that we need to be really clearing out of the ruck. Nice meters gained right there on that carry there. Nice inside pass by Mikey. Oh, unfortunately, still dragged into the ice again. That seems to be once every game. Good knowledge on Mikey to stay in bounds and draw the defender with her. Unfortunately, just not quite what they wanted in the end.
Green 1, Marcus here.
So it looks like we've got some subs coming on here for both the selects. For Capital and Allegheny. We've got an Allegheny line out. Not sure, have we seen an Allegheny line out yet this game?
I can't remember.
Well, we'll see what they decide to do here.
So Withers and Wittenberg off the field. Withers would be a big loss. Oh,
good
nice
snatch by Mikey there. That's a turnover to Capital. Up the middle. Unfortunately lost in contact again. Capital needs to get organized here. I don't think, some of their players are kind of slow to get back on defense. But I think, Allegheny was so organized at the beginning, and they're starting to retain their shape again. But again, another loss in contact, something that both teams are struggling with and need to fix. It's a nice little run by, I think, Nina Tran out there, but, chased down by Allegheny.
Yeah, Shell Snyder from Nova has had a couple nice turnovers where she's forcing turnovers in this half especially.
Yeah, she's playing a little bit of a scrum half duty now, too, recognizing that her 9, isn't there and making sure that the continuity is still there for Capital.
Oh, good line speed. Mikey Williams, another break, and she's going to score.
A nice little delicate place by Mikey. It was a great run, well deserved. But I think credit to that whole side there. That really came from several or multiple phases of continuity. Again, we just mentioned how Shell was, making sure that the ball was getting spun out of every single ruck. But again, just that movement, to the sideline and then back and trying to stretch that defense. Allegheny was trying to stretch it all the way out wide to make sure they had everything covered, but then that left holes in their defense and, leading to a well-deserved try.
Yeah, I saw that one player for Allegheny shoot up, which was really nice, but the rest of her teammates didn't come up with her. So you give Mikey Williams all that space and time, she's going to do some damage. And she ended up just finishing on her own.
So it looks like Capital's carrying the momentum that they had from the first half going into halftime. Still going strong here and make are not a force to be reckoned with. And, looks like they've, finally started to feel it out, right? They've used their physicality at the beginning of the game really to kind of, create chaos. And now they're, kind of getting into their groove and connecting phases and, making sure that they are keeping the possession and starving Allegheny of any ball.
In 2 words, Mikey Williams. They've got to mark her and make someone else beat them because she is doing all the damage right now for the Capital Selects.
So they'll go ahead and set up for kickoff here. Josiah, how if you're on Allegheny, on defense do you make sure that you're trying to eliminate phases?
Well, first of all, I think you need to make an effort to recover this kickoff. You need to get some, would have been nice if they'd had a higher kick there to just get under it and give them a shot at contesting that kick. You got to try to get possession, get the ball in hand, and be able to get some meters and just try to get some more points on the board. They need to get something out of their players to get them back into this game. They need a turnover. They need just to get possession back somehow.
Yeah, it looks like they heard you turning over that ball right then. Being physical in the ruck is really helping them. And again, what number is that? She's been a strong runner all game, and unfortunately, I just can't see her number.
Number 6.
Yeah,
Kenya?
another weapon here. And they're making some runs, but they're losing a little bit of territory each time. Skokie, again, with the flying, hard-up defense, just making sure that they're not getting any sort of positive meters and slowing that ball down, joined in by her teammates there. Allegheny still with possession, but slowly losing
You got
more
master
and more
numbers
meters.
out right. So spin that ball right.
Yeah, one thing we've seen consistently in the second half is Allegheny's they've had the space to the outside. Capital's been sucked in quite a bit, and they just need to work on spreading on defense.
Yeah, and that looks like that was Corey Payne from Capital with the nice big run. Again, just turning over ball because they're able to, starve them on defense here. And, again, she's, coming back now and getting set, but I think she's another weapon that they can use, another impact sub for Capital.
Nice little carry by Scrappy. I guess that's why she's called Scrappy, all that footwork and very hard to take down.
And I think,
there's Williams.
And there's a nice hole. Nothing, you never want to see a hole at D1, but unfortunately Allegheny, I think, so scared of getting beat on the outside that they started to spread out wide here, and now they're, the holes are opening up.
Emma Nelson's had a big second half as well. Another strong carry.
And that's exactly the kind of thing that Allegheny needs to keep doing in the ruck is contest, because I think earlier they started to lighten up a little bit, which was allowing Capital to get clean ball out and let those hard runners come flying through. And she gets stopped just short at the try line.
You can also see the Allegheny players, especially near the breakdowns, a lot of them are looking inside the ball instead of looking up and seeing what's in front of them. And so they're getting outflanked on the 15-meter channels because they're always looking inside.
And try awarded to Skokie, or Sarah Cokington of Nova. We've mentioned her name a lot. She's worked really hard in this game, just on all, in all aspects of the ball. So just takes that and knows that she's running through with confidence and gets that nice try in.
Yeah, for a prop, her work rate is phenomenal.
Yeah, she usually plays lock for Nova, but it's just proving that she can do both, right?
There you go. You see Emma Nelson walking back. She's still a student at Catholic University, got a bright future. I think there's a couple other players for the Capital Selects playing in college right now. And as we said, Allegheny's, I think 3/4 of the roster are college players, so they have a bright future as well, too. Score is 30-15 to the Capital Selects right now. Conversion is no good.
Seeing more smiles creep up on the Capitals' faces. I think they're starting to really feel that momentum and are starting to feel good about how they've been doing in the last 40 minutes or so. And,
yeah.
It looks like they're playing with more and more confidence and knowing that they can carry that ball through multiple phases. So let's see if Allegheny has an answer back, because I really liked how scrappy they were at the beginning and how organized they really came out. They really dominated possession. I think if they can just work a little bit more to contest at defense, because right now they're just catching each hard runner right behind their own gain line. If they can be a little bit more aggressive, show more of what we saw in the first few minutes, I think they can really give an answer back to
big carry by
Capital.
Brooke Branson of the Furies. Number 24, played college in Ashland. Nice take, first touch.
And Skokie coming away again. Nice little run here. Finally getting taken up and gets taken to ground. Tried looking for some offload there, but no support. And again, Allegheny trying to contest here, and now the ball's off to Mikey Williams. Tried to stay in. Unfortunately, he was a little unlucky there.
Looks like Brooke Branson just came on the field, is limping around a little bit. Brooke she's a young player. Fortunate enough, she took her level 200 yesterday, didn't she, Brooke?
Yeah, she took it with me.
Yep. She also did a coaching program at the St. James, coaching development program that I was coaching and teaching. So it's good to see young players taking coaching courses, because it makes them better players as well, too.
Looks like there's a substitution with Skokie coming off. Skokie putting in hard, well-earned minutes there. So hats off to her. We got an Allegheny line out here.
Mikey Williams again. Got a little knock on there.
Yeah, it looks like unfortunately it was just tap forward.
Green scrum.
I think here I would like to see the backs of Allegheny run some sort of nice set play, right? Because I think their backs have a little bit of an advantage over Capital. They've got a lot of speed and a lot of aggressiveness, and so if they can spin that ball out wide, maybe utilize some of that space and then set up for the forwards coming back in.
Yeah, we might see a tight head here. See steal the hook here, and Emma Nelson going left on an 8-man pick, going down that sideline, hitting that left wing for a try in the corner possibly. Big scrum here.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
We'll have it again.
And we saw earlier that Capital had a pretty big advantage over Allegheny in the scrum, and that was something that, even on defensive scrums, Capital was able to come up and, produce something good with. But now that we've made quite a few substitutions, you don't have some of those same front rowers here. So let's see if these impact subs can do the same thing that their player or their teammates were doing before.
Yeah, see if there's a drop off where it maintains the high level. Let's see right here.
Looks like they're able to keep that up. A little bit tougher now. Oh, and
looks like the ball came out the side. Backwards. Should be a rescrum, but I think Marlena wasn't able to see that. It's kind of hard to see.
Taken back.
Well, Allegheny gets possession. See if they can work their way out of this.
Oh, looks like Capital's able to win the ball back. It's
Scrum half.
dangerously close to their try line.
Held up.
We'll bring it back for a 5-meter. Dangerous playing out of your own try zone and bringing it out. But, you know, decision that was made. I think they're trying to calm each other down right now because, you know, there's still a pretty close game. They can, you know, they just needed some composure right now and, you know, play with some organization out of their own 22.
Yeah, the Capital scrum half from Southern River, Sammy Bottorff. Hope I said that right. Saw the ball come out and she picked it up just like any good halfback, and she didn't quite score. Got held up.
Crouch.
Let's see. I'll put my money on Emma Nelson, the
Fine.
8-man from Catholic, picking right here.
Set.
See if they can stop her.
Pretty nice put in and scrum by Capital. Again, asserting their dominance here.
Nope, I just lost my bet.
I think that would have been the right decision, though. I think Emma has a lot of size, and it would have been, you know, she would have gained some positive meters on that. Instead, you get your 10 stuck in there.
Branson, nice carry.
Let's see if the forwards pod set up on the left side. And see the 9 comes in
Held up
for an
again.
attempted run in. You know, I think you are right, man. I think that 8 pick or right around the strong side would have been a good choice for Capital there. But, you know, then they proceeded with Sammy and Shell crashing in. I would have liked to see the ball get spun out again to the forwards that close to the try line, right? Especially with the size dominance that we've been seeing all game and the advantage that Capital is clearly using and exploiting. You know, no need to overcomplicate things so close to the try line, right?
Yeah, so
Play
now
simple and easy, and we can get more points on the board.
Yeah, now we got a scrum center. It's probably one of the worst positions for a defense to be in.
Set.
So we can go left, right, 8-man pick. You can do 8-9 loop. Tons of options here. Keeping it simple with Emma Nelson. She went a little high and not as aggressive as I would have thought.
Looks like she's trying to give the ball to one of her teammates, and she does so successfully. And now we set up for another ruck, still just so close to the try line.
Here comes Mikey.
It's a good choice. Gets tripped up there.
Nice offload. Nice offload off the ground to Shell Snyder.
Well done by Capital and exploiting the advantage that we were just talking about, right? Using their size and, you know, good for Capital that they have many players who all have, you know, significant size and strength that they can exploit. You know, for a while they were using Brooke as a you know, strong tool, and then they switched back over to Mikey, who I guess has been a little bit quiet the last few minutes, but then came back in, you know, to give the assist on that try. Nice little pop off the ground to Shell.
Yeah, what's really nice is like Mikey's. You can see she's playing under control. You know, she went to the ground, took her time, made a nice pass to Shell. It wasn't reckless, and it's just nice heads-up play. And that's pretty much, you can't defend that if it's done properly. Donna Jamin from Norfolk Storm takes the kick, a little short there. Conversion's no good. But yeah, I mean, after 15 minutes, this game did not look like this. It's a great job by Capital Selects of keeping the composure, and a great opportunity for Allegheny to kind of learn from this. You know, there's not much you can do if these are women playing against college players, so they're going to have some advantages. And I think Allegheny in the second half maybe lost some of their shape and structure, get a little beat up, and then go wide and have plenty of opportunities.
Josiah, if you're one of the Allegheny coaches, what kind of takeaways are you getting from this game and kind of giving back to your team, you know, maybe for the future, for the next teams that you're playing?
Well, you got to look at the positives. You got to look at that first half. They were up early. They did some things right. You just got to look at sustaining work rate and just working together as a team. And you got to look for those opportunities. Here we go with Capital with a long break again. Let's see what we got here.
That's Sandra Johnson, yep, coming
Another
in
Nova
hot.
player?
Yes, plays for Nova as well.
Shell playing halfback again. Nice offload. One offload too many. Big collision there.
Yep, unfortunately, Cap players just took each other out.
Everyone got up to that's good.
Not really sure what happened there. A lot of mix-ups. I think a lot of players confused, but ultimately ending in a scrum to Allegheny.
I think Katie Ursides from the Furies number 14 is feeling that collision with Emma Nelson a little bit, kind of stretching her neck out.
And really nice recognition by Brooke Branson right off the kickoff. You know, at first it kind of bobbled in her hands a little bit, but then was cleanly taken and was able, you know, I think the defender thought that she was going to have to take her in for a crash. And, you know, Brooke using her IQ there to really pin that defender and just let Sandra through for a nice long run.
Yeah, great timing, nice little tip pass, perfect line. That was really good to see.
Crouch. Fine. Set. Hey, right there.
See if we can do something here with Allegheny.
Well, I like how the 12 or the 10 committed 2 defenders before sending that ball off. A little bit unlucky with the ball hitting the deck there, but if they can get that, I think Grimm looks a little bit confused on which side to go to.
Yeah, you can see the Allegheny attack has lost some of its structure and their aggressiveness. They're playing a little slower. They're playing a lot of defense in the last 40 minutes, so it's starting to show.
Chooses to go weak side here. With not a lot of Gina Reister making multiple tackles here and eventually turning that ball over. Really good work rate in those last few phases by Gina.
See what the selects do right here with the scrum. Hopefully they can keep it simple in the back line and just go forward and run some good lines and not try to do too much.
All right, we'll see what Shell decides to do here.
But you can see how deep the 13 is, the outside center. I mean, she's a good 25 meters from the game line. So it's just much harder in today's modern game to get to the game line when you line up this deep. So let's see if they can figure something out.
Yeah, it looks like we have the fullback, you know, inching over between the outside and the wing. Let's see, you know, how she chooses to insert. I know yesterday in the practice they were running a lot of different lines with the fullback.
I mean, I'm not sure if he runs in the Olympics, but she's a good 35 meters away from the game line.
Well, you know, we'll see how this turns out.
She's an Olympic sprinter here. Oh, nice scrum by Allegheny.
Yeah.
All right, see the backs here. Bit of a loose pass, good recovery. But once again, you know, you see all that work and they're not even getting to the game line.
Well, you know, I actually liked the depth there because clearly they knew what was happening, right? We saw a wraparound and, you know, buying some more time for them to come up. Unfortunately, I think the 22 there, let's see, Kat Baker, I think she just, she had the timing right, and then at the very end just, you know, ran a little bit too ahead of herself to miss that pass. But obviously Capital still collecting that possession,
placement.
And Mikey coming through with another run.
And once again, the little things, Mikey places that ball back. She does a swivel, or we call it a long body ruck, or Superman. She did a great job of placing that ball. You know, facilitates a quick ball, and see what they do with this. Nice carry by, was it Chandra?
Sandra.
Sandra from Nova.
A little bit of disorganization here. Let's see if we can go ahead and clean that up. You know, if I'm one of the Capital forwards right now, I'm trying to get into a pod ready to attack. But, you know, Allegheny, credit to them, they were able to take that away right on their goal line.
There's a kick.
So trying to relieve some of the pressure here and some miscommunication between the back three and one of the other backs that was also there, you know, turns into a knock-on. Good on Allegheny for that nice defensive stand there, you know, really not giving up and being gritty right down to the end. Again, just looked like there's a little bit of miscommunication there between Kat and Donna. You know, I don't think they were quite expecting that kick. Had the numbers there, but not able to execute.
Yeah. Let's see how the scrum holds up here.
Yeah, we actually saw in the last scrum Allegheny have more of a pushback than we had seen in the last few. You know, if they're able to do that, it looks like they've got a little bit of a spark reignited in them, you know, with that defensive stand and with the last scrum that we saw. Let's see if they can, you know, use this little momentum and generate more from it and, you know, get into their opposition's half.
Fine. Set.
Got a big blind side right here. There we go. There's an 8-9. I would like to see. Oh, we got a high tackle.
White 4.
And a quick tap here, nice recognition, support coming in. Oh, and Shell is able to turn the ball over again.
Shell had a ton of steals in this game.
Yeah, she's got clearly got the timing down and the IQ to know when to turn over that ball.
Ooh.
Not quite the delivery you want on that ball, but Gina does well to clean that up nicely, and we've got the forwards there in support to
much better
get
pass.
that ball out.
We got numbers. Nice job.
Good, quick hands there. Cat decides to turn back in instead of take the outside. I'm not sure what Allegheny's doing there. That looked like it was in from the side.
There we
does
go.
well to juke several players and stay in bounds.
Jamin with a nice carry. See some blitz from the Capital Selects, which is nice to see. Get some go forward ball.
Still not out.
Looks like it was out. Touch.
Now it is out. Line out to Allegheny.
So there's Shell with a turnover. That's like her 4th or 5th one so far.
Again, Shell has been playing rugby for a while, and long time Nova player, and she just has got that IQ down. Has played a lot of 7s with Nova as well.
Right there's a great
where
pass.
Coaching is so apparent or so required, and she's doing really well to make sure that her team is getting even more possession.
Nice line out there. Let's see if we can get some go forward ball. There's numbers out right again. Just quick hands out wide will do.
Good quick support there from Allegheny.
Oh. Good carry.
Nice leg
let's try
drive.
to see if we can spin it out wide
Got
here.
Capital really bunched up here now. There are opportunities on the outside. If I were the fly half, I'd be screaming for that ball right now.
Backwards. Knock on.
Unfortunately, we get players getting tired, so things tend to break down a bit. Our tackling or passing might fall off a little bit, so we're trying to see that from both sides now.
Yeah, I think, this is really where you need your leaders on the field to really step up, right? When Josiah, what you were just saying with Allegheny, that 10 needs to be demanding that ball, especially when they're seeing that space out in front of them. I think conversely, on the Capital side, making sure that we're still utilizing our weapons, which they're doing a good job of, but, organizing them too, because I think sometimes when we're getting a little bit close to the try line, they're getting a little bit disorganized and people aren't sure where exactly to go. So really, late into the game here, you need your leaders to step up and really boost the morale and get everyone energized again to finish these last few minutes out.
I like this. Just go with the 8.
Great roll there by Emma. Quick ball out, which is exactly what Capital needed.
Yeah, nice quick ball. Let's go 2 phases. Let's get it out.
Again with the skip pass here, we can get one more out. Nice hands there, good read. Unfortunately, that last pass by Capital just went errant, and we had a nice intercept by Allegheny. Good read on that defender to take that pass.
But once again, you see that skip pass that's not needed, and it loses any advantage they had, and get recovered by Allegheny. To spin it.
Allegheny clearly wanting to play with the ball in hand and not really looking for territory as much anymore.
Maybe we got a card here.
Yeah, looked a little high, maybe a little bit deliberately high as well.
White 20.
So Donna Jamin from Norfolk, I think, was a guilty party. A little bit unlucky.
Less than 5 on the clock. That's the second in a relatively close time period. Your team has to get a less. Tell them now.
Looks like she's
So
getting a warning.
let's take a look here. Nice, quick little hands there. I think
White 20.
actually 22 Kat could have done well done a little bit better to support that break on the wing. And then here we see just a little bit high, I think a little bit aggressive on Donna's part. Probably saw the ball coming right where she was going to make that hit, and fortunately didn't get low enough. Especially late into the game, people are starting to get a little bit higher in their tackles and need to get a little bit more discipline. So good throw, but good fight in the air by Capital. Looks like it's gone out again, and now it'll be a Capital line out.
Let's see what they do here. Looks like they're doing are they in a full line out? They're going to insert.
Looks like they're not quite sure.
No, it was taken into touch. Taken into touch.
I think Captain Mikey Williams is asking for a scrum or the option. Looks like she's not getting it.
Green,
Got
back.
a 4-man line out.
The ball.
For
Green 10.
Brooke Branson to do some
steps.
damage here.
So Sandra with throw.
Nice line out.
Nice catch too, a nice pass out. Not sure if that was intended to go there, but cleaned up by Capital. Getting that ball out to the backs. Nice little front run that seemed to, fool Allegheny a little bit. Now they've been able to get some meters, but well done by the Allegheny 10.
Nice counter ruck.
Pebbles to really, get that tackle and make that poach.
Oh!
And I think we're going to see a card now. Not necessarily a repeated infringement on 14's part, but obviously we just saw another high tackle by Capital. Not something you want to see.
Yeah, Katie Ursity from the Furies, that's a bit, obviously a little reckless, and it'd be a yellow card.
Okay. Go tell your team.
So Mikey having a word with her team, that's several repeated infringements we've seen. All high tackles, something that, again, just goes to discipline. I think Allegheny here, could have run away with that
14,
down the
high
sideline, and just a bit of a last-ditch effort.
Definitely nice clothesline.
Yeah.
WWE style.
So cleaned up by Sammy here, and we're trying to mount a counterattack.
Here comes
See
Jamin.
taking away that space here.
Yeah, missed opportunity by Allegheny not putting that penalty kick into touch where they could have had potentially a possession on the Capital 22.
Yeah. Poor execution there, but again.
Yeah, Mikey Williams out left. Mikey Williams out left. Get the ball out to her.
Yeah, and unfortunately they're right in that ruck. That's Gina and someone else in a no numbered jersey. They've got to clear through that ruck to make sure that they're securing a cleaner ball for them. But Sandra, gets the ball, quickly from the rest of her backs, and unfortunately, ball goes out to touch. So we're seeing some sparks of brilliance here and some nice runs, and unfortunately, just not stringing them all together. I think maybe a little bit of fatigue here, but also just mentality, is key here, right? Late into the game, you've just got to play the basics, and I think we're starting to see that drop off a little bit.
Step.
Yeah, I think it was a great decision by Mikey Williams. I think she's trying to do the right thing. It's just it wasn't quite executed, but it's good to see the decision being made.
So nice clean line out by Allegheny, and that's number 4, Sarah Merritt, taking that ball in. I think gained a few meters from that initial line out.
Got numbers. You want to see a player straighten up with there. Oh, nice job by Jamin.
Chasing the sideline.
Jamin, great cover defense there.
There's some promise there, but Capital was able to staunch that right away.
Got like 30 seconds here. Just call it.
Looks like that is game over, with the final score being 35-15 to the Capital Selects developmental side. Really hard fight and really contested, especially from the get-go. I think Capital got caught sleeping a little bit, and Allegheny really coming out in full force. I think Allegheny's going to come away, even though coming away with a loss, I think they're going to have a lot of good things to work on and focus on for the future. I'm not sure what comes next for them, for their program, but a lot of good promise with those college players. Their staff should be very proud of what they have in front of them, and hopefully some of those players will go on and represent the senior clubs as well. That's something that we're doing here for Capital, is you have some of these college players who now, with this opportunity, get to play with these club players and play up a little bit, and also see maybe where their future lies. All right, so that is the end of the day here, the third and final match. The Capital Selects taking all 3 wins home. I think Matt Robinette will be very happy to see that. It's been a pleasure commentating for you all. Thank you, Josiah and Min, for commentating this last game, and thank you so much to Next Level Rugby. They've done an amazing job all day providing you with the streams and the nice little commentary for everything. So make sure you check them out on Facebook and Instagram, and make sure that you let them know that they've done such a phenomenal job today. So that's it for today. Hope to see you next time here, when we hope in our next Capital game. So we're signing off. Have a good day.